Hi everyone, it's Beth, and today I've been asked to do a review of Crystal Token. But first, let me remind you that I am not a financial advisor, so everything I say here is only my opinion. So please take the time, do your own due diligence, and then remember to never invest anything that you are unwilling to lose. All right, so you guys have probably seen Crystal Token before. This ICO has been going on since February, and this is a case of bad timing. Let's just be real here. So Crystal Token, they really started reaching out and, talking to James at Crystal Token actually reached out and talked to me in January. And, I talked to him about the platform a little bit, and I really just wasn't comfortable jumping into any further lending platforms or staking platforms or whatever you want to call them. Platforms where you are loaning your crypto for them to give you passive income. I just was feeling, scammed out, basically. And I really just didn't give this the attention that I really think that it does deserve. So I wanted to go back, and I did talk to James a couple more times. He is a really nice guy. He's always there to answer questions. So if you guys have any questions about the platform, definitely, you can talk to them over in Telegram. James is super duper active and really helpful and actually, pretty knowledgeable. Sometimes you can talk to some of these, some of the admins or even developers of platforms, and they really, don't seem to kind of know a lot about what they're doing. But James actually does seem to have this plan figured out. And I gotta say, before we jump in here, that what they're doing over here at Crystal Token does, when you're looking at it, it's like a lot to take in. It really is kind of a bit convoluted, but I think the way that they have it structured, when you put it all together, it seems to make sense and hopefully will lead to some nice stability here with the platform. So let's just take a look here at what it is that they are doing. All right, so this is, like I mentioned, this is a staking platform. This is a virtual staking platform. They have both short-term and long-term packages that you can choose from. They also will, it's not available yet, but to ICO investors, they will be having their trading bot available for trading as a service. So I really like that. And in addition, so you will use their trading bot, and in return for them letting you use the trading bot, they get a portion of, your profits for fees for the bot. So that seems great to me. We'll look at their bot a little bit later, but their bot's been doing really well. So, and they're showing it to us, which ultimately the transparency that's going on over here with Crystal Token is really, I think, far and away the best part about what's happening over here is the transparency of what they're doing and the community outreach that they really have shown. They're really responsive to what the community has to say. And I think that that is, a really great aspect to have with a platform like this when, traditionally with this type of platform, we are definitely left with, the Wizard of Oz, man behind the curtain type of situation. And that they are really making themselves available and really do want customer feedback and, are making changes pursuant to that feedback. That is really, really wonderful, I think. So those are the reasons that I'm talking about Crystal Token, is because really it's because of the trading bot that they're going to have open, because they have their trading bot available. You can see what trades they're making, so you can see the transparency of this platform. And what they're paying out is it's up to 2% a day. That's what they're paying for their full term, for the longer term staking. So, it's not anything crazy astronomical that is definitely like smacks of unsustainability. And in addition, in that vein, there's no multi-level referral system. So there is a one-tier referral. You do get 10% of anything that people, when they start a virtual staking contract, you do get 10% of that. That is paid out to you in VCYL tokens. So that's virtual Crystal tokens. And that is what you're going to get your daily dividends paid in, and your daily interest payments and your referral commissions. So that token is it is pegged to the price of Ether, and that is pegged at a price of 0.001 ETH. So no matter what, you're going to be paid out in a token that has a flat rate in accordance, in relationship to Ether. Of course, it's going to be changing what its rate is because Ether is highly volatile these days, but it is going to be paid at a rate that is pegged to Ether, so that you definitely know what you are getting here. And additionally, in order to take out the need for there to be a buyer sitting and waiting in the exchange, they are going to allow people to take half of the value, essentially. So instead of converting, you can convert your VCYL tokens to CYL tokens and then hold them, and possibly they'll appreciate, or go and sell them in the exchange. Or you can just choose to exchange the VCYL tokens directly into ETH. And I believe instead of 0.001, it turns into 0.0005 ETH. So that's really awesome, I think. There's definitely one of the biggest questions about these is what happens if there's someone there to fill an order. So, if you don't want to take that risk, you can choose just to skip the exchange altogether, take the haircut and get your ETH straight away. So there's just, like I said, it's a little bit convoluted. So I definitely get that. But, I think that the way it all kind of works together, it does make sense when you put it all together. So, all right, let's keep looking here. I've told you a lot about it. But this is what the website looks like. Another really nice thing about Crystal Token is that this is not just some WordPress site that, someone bought from like a template store or something. I mean, this is a site that they created from scratch. So, it's not the prettiest website out there. It's not, but it is certainly, I think it's commendable that they didn't just go out there and take the cheap, easy way and did put the work in to create something that is specific to what it is that they are doing here. So, because it does show you specifically what they are doing here. So here is the ICO information here on the page. Their pre-sale did sell out. Their stage one has, it's been going on for a little while now. So they've only sold 9.83% of the stage one coins. This has definitely been a wrong time, wrong place situation here for Crystal Token. I think that they sat back last fall while the rush of, lending platform tokens was coming out, and really took the time to analyze the situation and see what was going on in the market, and then make responses, make moves in response to the market. But by the time they came up with a plan that was going to not, succumb to the same pitfalls that a lot of the previous platforms did, the market tanked. I mean, not only did the lending platform market tank, but I mean, crypto tanked. It's been ridiculous this year how much it has pulled back. I mean, it's very cyclical. I'm not worried about it, but if you're trying to run an ICO in the virtual staking space at a time when crypto could not be more red, well, I guess it could be, but that would be sad. But in any case, I mean, it's just been a really bad market. So I just wanted to take the time and definitely go over what is happening here, because they're still doing their ICO, but they have put so much into this already that you can come and stake on Crystal Token right now. You can, if you buy tokens, you can go and you can open a staking plan already, and that is really super cool. So they have, they've really put the work in. The exchange will be ready to go. I think they're waiting a few days after the close of the ICO before they actually launch the exchange, but it is ready to go. It already has a demo on the back end of the, once you log in. And, and like I said, the staking is already open. You can already see the trades that they're making from their trading bot. So I'm really, really enjoying the transparency that's happening here. They also did, they already enabled ETH withdrawals, so you can be taking your dividend payment, your interest payments from your staking and starting to generate passive income here on this platform already. So to me, that just seemed like it was something worth talking about because, there's been so much bad news, really. There's just been so much bad news in this space that to have one of these platforms really like stick it out and keep putting in the work. I mean, they have been updating the information over here on the site. They've been, they added a game onto, it's like a lottery game that they added onto the platform. And, they're really just, they're trying over there. And it's so much more than I had to say about so many of the other lending platform ICOs that really did not look like they were trying. They looked like they were, trying to get your cryptocurrency and give the least amount of information as possible in return. And, there was a time when that worked, but that time I think is definitely over. So that they have stepped up and really evolved with the market and are giving all of this transparency in reaction to the demand for that transparency. Well, that's great. So there you go. That's how I feel about that. All right, so there's the ICO. It's an ERC20 token. You can contribute from your ERC20 token compatible wallet and hold your tokens in that wallet right away, or you can log into the platform. You can contribute with either Bitcoin or with ETH. If you do it from the platform, they take the buy orders and they fill those from the smart contract. They make the order through the smart contract once an hour. So that is what the situation is there. If you do it through the smart contract yourself, obviously you will get your tokens right away. So that is pretty easy to do. They do have a video that's right here. If you want to buy through the smart contract, you can watch this video, see how to do that. They also have a button on the contribution page where you can just click to have them fill out the needed information into the necessary fields for your My Ether wallet, which is pretty cool. So, all right. There we go. Let's keep going here. This is the virtual staking program. Let's go over to the PowerPoint that they have about it because it has a lot more information than right here. So this is the PowerPoint for their virtual staking concept. They have this PowerPoint. They have a bot specs PowerPoint. They also have a white paper, which has lots and lots of information in it. But the virtual staking and the bot specs, I think, kind of break down the white paper pretty well. So we're just, I think, going to focus on these. All right. So the virtual staking concept, like I said, you're going to take your CYL tokens. Those are what your crystal tokens that you're going to buy at the ICO. That's what's available for sale at the ICO. And it is, like I said, an ERC20 token, and it is exchangeable for ETH. All right. So there will also be the VCYL tokens, which is their virtual token. It's going to be used to pay daily interest and referral bonus. It can be converted to CYO tokens at the current market price. The value of a CYL token will be strongly tied to ETH and will always be worth 0.001 ETH. So the advantages here are detachment from US dollar. We're not going to be dealing with US dollar denominations. And to that point, actually, people from the United States are officially not permitted to participate in this platform. So it is not something that they are actively restricting. It's not something that you need to use a VPN for. But if you are someone from the United States and you make the decision to participate in this platform, you do so being aware that you are not actually permitted to do that. And if the government were to come in and seize the site or anything like that, that you have no recourse. So if you're from the United States or from another place that prohibits participation in the ICOs, that's definitely a decision that you need to make whether or not you are comfortable contributing. Officially, people from the United States are not welcome. So there you go. So investors can benefit from a possible increase of the ETH value boy, I think we're going to see that because ETH was below $400 today, and that is certainly as low as it has been in quite some time. $400 was a strong resistance point in the first run-up of ETH, so I was anticipating that it would serve as some nice support because it is some long-term support for ETH. It did dip below that, but it does look like it has started to bounce. It's above $400 right now, so that's super exciting. I'm hoping that we will see the beginnings of a nice bull run here in crypto. That's what I have my fingers crossed for. I think that it is, you kind of feel it in the air. It's coming soon. I think after we get out of this latest downturn, I'm really hoping, I think the summer's going to be good anyway, but I think late spring is going to be good too. All right. Enough of my ramblings. Let's get back to the business at hand here. Okay, so the virtual staking concept. So it allows both tokens to open a virtual staking plan. So you can use your CYL tokens and make your initial investment in their virtual staking plan, or you can reinvest your VCYL tokens that you receive from either referral payments or from your daily interest payments and invest those directly into another staking plan or into the same staking plan. One of the things that they are doing here with staking, I'll probably get to that. Never mind. Let's not get ahead of myself. Okay, so you can do it with either one, and your daily payments are going to be paid out in the VCYL. Like I said, that has a flat rate of 0.001 ETH. It can be converted to CYL tokens. They are going to have a promotional rate at the end of the ICO where 1 CYL is going to equal 5 VCYL for virtual staking plans. When they launch the exchange, the rate will be decided by the market. Right now, though, they did decide to launch the staking early, and they are giving you a credit of 1 CYL equals 1.5 VCYL if you are initiating a plan prior to the close of the ICO. All right, so continuing on here, this is an example of opening a contract. And like I said, it's a little bit convoluted, but they seem to have taken all of the little bit convoluted parts of it and worked it into a very easy to use user interface. So it's all working out at the end, it seems. I guess only time will tell. But so far, it looks like it's all going to work out. They have a lot of equations here. All right. So 1 ETH in this example is $1,000. They're basically showing you that with ETH at $1,000, because of the flat rate of VCYL and what the last exchange price is for CYL, that you would plug all those in. And according to those values, if you had 1,000 CYL in your wallet, you'd be able to open a gold plan, which is more than 2,501 VCYL, because the conversion at that time would be 3,000 VCYL tokens. Did you follow all that? All right. So if you're doing a long-term plan, you will also get up to 2% daily. And at the end of your contract, so when you get your capital release, which is paid out in VCYL, you will also get a bonus of 3% of your CYL tokens at capital release. If you're in the gold plan, I think that's 7%. If you're in the one above that. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on there. Here's what the conversion will be. So Bob opens a virtual staking contract and receives his daily interest in VCYL. He also receives capital release in VCYL at the end date of the contract. He can accumulate daily interest in VCYL or convert them to CYL at any time. At this moment, Bob has 90 VCYL. How many CYL tokens will he receive if he decides to convert them? So because they're $3 each, he would be getting 30 CYL tokens. So then he can take them over to the exchange or withdraw. Or it's my understanding that he can skip that whole exchange portion altogether, and he could withdraw this for half of the value that he would have gotten. That's my understanding. So, okay, this is how all the wallets work. Basically, it's an ERC20 token wallet. you can use your ERC20 token to contribute your ERC20 token wallet to contribute ETH, also to hold your Crystal tokens. You know, there you go. It's an ERC20 token. So so they're going to calculate all of the conversion rates for themselves, and everything's going to be an easy user face at the end. So it seems like they've done a pretty good job with the whole easy interface thing. All right, I know I said I wasn't. Let's go back over here. Okay, so the full benefit plans, these are the 3 plans. They added the troll box. This is one of the updates that they just did. This troll box, this links real time over to their Telegram community room. I'm going to close that now that I've told you where it is. Okay, so they have 3 plans. The top one is the Crystal plan, and that's, like I said, going to give you a 7% bonus in CYL tokens when you get capital release. That's after 120 days. So if that seems like too much of a commitment to you, they totally came up with short-term plans also, where you receive less interest, so it's up to 1% daily, but your capital release is in a much shorter time frame also. So then they have the trading bot specifications. Let's go over and take a look at that. Trading bot. There we go. All right, trading bot specifications. So they're going to use a bunch of different indicators basically, but mostly focusing on the core strategy being a trailing stop for this trading example. Anyway, so they're adding in volume analysis. They're doing, they're keeping track of news and sentiment analysis and using predictive algorithms and a whole bunch of AI stuff. I guess the team members who are behind this are very largely AI focused in their actual jobs. So this is very largely AI focused here as a platform. So the strategy is a trailing stop so that you can take part in all of this great market action, but then cut that off if it starts to pull back down. And there's just a bunch of different ways that they are choosing which cryptocurrencies to use. Basically, this is a whole bunch of stuff showing you that they are using lots of AI and lots of different indicators and just a whole bunch of different methods to come up with their strategy. So there you go. There's autoencoders, there's testing time, a high reconstruction error, all sorts of stuff that they're looking at here. They're in ensemble learning, which involves a combination of multiple algorithms to improve predictive performances of a model. So all this stuff is, I guess, why their bot is doing so well, because they are taking in a lot more than, just looking at, say, the Bollinger Bands. I know when I'm running my gun bot, it's like just looking at the Bollinger Bands. So, or just looking at gain, whatever. It looks at one thing. So this is looking at a whole bunch of different things, and that's nice. Sentiment, I think, especially, if you're mixing technical analysis with, some more news type stuff, that's just a really solid trading, formula, I think. For me, maybe. I don't know about you. All right. Anyway, so here's their algorithm. It's a bunch of stuff here and how they're going to figure stuff out and what the references are for the AI stuff that they are using. All right, back over to the site. Here's some frequently asked questions. So how does Crystal Token differ from other lending and staking platforms? And actually, before we do the frequently asked questions, I do want to go over to the white paper because there was some stuff about the exchange that I think was important. Okay, so the internal exchange here. So you're going to be able to exchange CYL and ETH in the internal exchange, but it's not at you're not going to go and make an order like you would at a regular exchange where you input your price and wait for it to fill. You are going to just tell them how many tokens you want to sell, I think. And so they are going to have time windows is how they are working this exchange. It's going to be 4 6-hour windows each day, and they're going to be controlling the price and kind of evening out the peaks and troughs and make it more of a linear progression by having these windows and then using these formulas here to show how they are how they're calculating what the price will be. But it's not going to be a real-time price like we are used to. This is going to be a reflection of what the average price is moving over a 6-hour window. So I hope that makes sense. That's what they're doing. Also, if you choose to sell your CYL tokens in the exchange, there is a 5% transaction fee that they have listed over here. So it's the window, the time windows, and of course the transaction fee. I think that's the real important information to take out of this. Also, they will be burning tokens periodically, also to help with scarcity and a little bit of positive price manipulation. So it doesn't look like they're going to be doing too much overt manipulation as far as, changing what people have to convert at versus what you're allowed to sell at in the exchange, which we've all experienced. But they are going to be using these time windows to calculate the prices. So do be aware of that. All right. Now let's go over and take a look at the frequently asked questions. So they see that how does Crystal Token differ from other lending and staking platforms? And the response here is the crucial problem of most of the existing lending and staking platforms is that once a profit has been generated, it is often not available for withdrawal. This happens since a withdrawal operations depends on the availability of people who want to buy tokens to activate a contract. This shows that the only underlying business of these platforms is a Ponzi scheme. Other important issues include vertical management, which results in decisions taken abruptly by the team without the approval of the community, a lack of consistent customer rewards, which leads people to move their capitals in search of new projects. Also, limited ability to spend the token, which functionality and usefulness is strongly dependent by the platform. And in order to face all of these limitations, Crystal Token proposes a number of business models that generate revenues, which will be reinvested on the platform to guarantee all of its functionalities. Moreover, we implemented convenient packages which include incremental rewards for our customers and innovative features such as Pure Reinvest and our virtual staking program. So if you are doing a Pure Reinvest, you are reinvesting every single day, the daily interest payments, but those are not getting added on as a new contract. They are, as long as they're reinvestment from that initial contract, you will be adding into the same. It's not going to be extending out your capital release date. So that's I like that. Let's see what else there. There was something else I wanted to say, and it slipped my mind. Sorry. Sorry, I thought I had it again, but I don't. All right, lack of limited ability to spend the token which functionality and usefulness is strongly dependent by the platform. In order to face all the limitations, Crystal Token proposes a number of business models that generate revenues, which will be reinvested on the platform to guarantee all its functionalities. So Pure Reinvest. The Pure Reinvest, though, if you are reinvesting everything, you are still only eligible for up to 2% of the initial investment amount. So that was something else to keep in mind there. And that was the other thing I was thinking of. All right. And the virtual staking program. The program rewards customers in VCYL, a virtual currency tied to the value of ETH at 0.001 ETH. All the interest in VCYL can then be converted into CYL in exchange for ETH through our exchange, or can be directly converted into ETH at the rate of 1 VCYL equals 0.005 ETH. But I can't imagine that is actually correct. That should have one more zero there. I'm almost sure of it because you're supposed to be 50% of the value. So, but in any case, nobody has to worry about the possibility that there's not a buyer in the exchange because you can exchange directly from the VCYL into ETH. Okay. and then community involvement. So you can exchange, their exchange is going to be launching just a couple days after the ICO. Again, they already have a demo up. It's already functional. They are just waiting for the ICO to wrap up. And I think they're giving a couple days on back end there to see how the token does before they open up the exchange. So that, like I just said, the demo's already there. You can secure your account with 2FA. Always use 2FA. Always use a VPN. Okay. And you can contact support. One of the updates that they just did today was they had a third-party ticketing system, but they integrated support within the site now. So you can just fill out a support ticket and they will work with you. Additionally, their Telegram is super duper active, so you can always get help over there. All right. You can participate in the ICO. I already went over that. There we go. And there is a limit. Right now, the limit is at 10,000 coins. They raised it today up to 10,000 coins. The expected value of the token in the virtual staking program. The price of the token will depend strictly on the demand and the offer. However, in order to stimulate an initial growth of the token price, we announced that after the ICO, each token will have a value of 5 VCYL. That is 0.005 ETH for all the packages open during the promotional period. This should lead organically to an initial value in the range of 0.004 to 0.005 ETH, which will increase over time as our community grows and new features are developed. However, since we decided to launch the staking program before the end of the ICO, the current rate is 1.5 instead of 5. All right, so this is a staking platform. Like I said, you can do it in 2 different ways. It's pretty easy to do. There is as an alternative, VCYL tokens can be directly converted into ETH at a rate of 1 VCYL equals 0.005 ETH. So maybe that's not wrong. I don't know. They have it there a couple times. I'll have to check in with James and maybe get out a calculator and see if I'm missing something. All right. In any case, does the virtual staking have a referral program? Yep. It's just for virtual staking. It's not for any of the other stuff that they're doing. It's not for the bot. It's not for the game. It is just for the virtual staking. So let's go over and look at what their bot's been doing. Here's the trading summary. Everybody knows that it's been pretty crummy. But they have some days here, the 21st of March, they still managed to bring out 1.64%. Previous 2.4%. The previous day was 20.89%. Previous day was 9.28. Previous to that was 23.04. So, there's been some bad days, but there's been some really bad days in the market. So that they have been, they're showing you what they're doing. The exchange they're using is Poloniex. They are showing you what trades they are making, what the profit and loss is on each trade. So, I'm really, it just brings me back around to I'm really liking the transparency that's happening over here at Crystal Token, and that is why I am talking about it. So they have the smart contract is available to look at over on GitHub, and like I said, they've been updating a lot. So here's today's update. This is the most recent update. They adjusted the current ETH rate to $400. They disabled all old sign-up bonuses for new users and added, they introduced a first deposit bonus. So all the users who have never purchased CYL tokens, both users who are already registered and new users, will receive a 10% bonus in CYL tokens when they deposit for the first time into the platform and buy at least 500 CYL tokens. So if you buy 500, you're going to get 550. That's pretty sweet. Buying through the smart contract will not provide you with the bonus though. So you need to buy, you can still buy with ETH, but you need to send it into the dashboard if you want to get that 10% bonus. All right. So they are also introducing the concept of lightning rounds. where in the next days, they're going to randomly announce on Telegram some time-limited promotions of 30 minutes, where users who have at least 1,000 CYL tokens in the dashboard, either in the balance or already staked, or they did add, if you lost them in the game, those count too. As long as you purchased 1,000, you are good. You'll be eligible for the lightning rounds. And you'll have access to extraordinary bonuses. They've also removed the ticket support system. That was the third-party support system that I mentioned, and integrated a brand new internal support system. If you encounter any issues on your account, just log in and write a message to the support team that will answer you within 24 hours. They also integrated the toll box on the homepage, which you saw, which is directly linked to the Telegram community and should create more engagement with the community. And they have restructured the FAQs in order to better reflect the current state of the project, and reported in the bottom of the homepage section for reviews and press releases about the project. So then there was, this was or lost in the crystal game. I already told you what this update is. And then there was a video here, which was an update from James, the CEO, where James even shows you his face. So he has been doing interviews, just voice, phone call interviews. But he did come out with a video today and show us who he is. So, all right, that's going to do it today, everyone. I am going to give away some crystal tokens, though, as part of my arrangement with James over at Crystal Token. I did get some tokens for the purpose of giving them away to you fine people. So, let's see here. If you post your ERC20 token address, or the address that you want your crystal tokens sent to, if you're using the dashboard, then so post your ERC20 token wallet address, and also let's see, post it in a comment, of course, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and preferably use my referral link to sign up for the platform. That would be awesome. So, all right. And then I'm going to give away some tokens. So I am going to give away, let's say, 50 tokens, and I will do that. I will do that. I'm going to post this video now. So in the next day or so, I will do a random generation from the comments and find someone to give some tokens to in an update on how things are going. So, all right, that's the plan. I just came up with it. Could you tell? All right, thanks everyone. I'll see you next time.